Welcome to Mind Awakening TV, where we explore thought-provoking insights, expand your mind, and challenge the way you see the world. If you're ready to open your mind and unlock new perspectives, you're in the right place. Let's dive in and awaken the power within. Once upon a time, in a small town nestled between rolling hills and thick forests, there lived a curious boy named Ethan. Ethan was known for his bright eyes and boundless curiosity. He loved exploring the world around him, asking questions about everything he saw, and dreaming up fantastic adventures. But above all, there was one thing Ethan loved most: puzzles. From a young age, Ethan had been drawn to the challenge of fitting pieces together, solving riddles, and unraveling mysteries. His room was filled with puzzle boxes, jigsaw puzzles, brain teasers, and even a collection of ancient-looking locks that he'd found at the local flea market. Yet, despite his love for puzzles, Ethan often found himself frustrated when he couldn't solve them right away. Sometimes, after struggling for a while, he would sigh, push the puzzle aside, and mutter, "I guess I'm just not smart enough for this one." One sunny afternoon, Ethan's grandmother visited, bringing with her a mysterious wooden box. She placed it gently on his desk and smiled. "This," she said, "is a special puzzle. It belonged to your grandfather, who believed that every puzzle, no matter how difficult, could be solved with patience and effort. Why don't you give it a try?" Ethan's eyes sparkled with anticipation. He examined the box, noticing intricate carvings and a series of small, interlocking pieces. It looked far more complicated than any puzzle he had ever tried before. Undeterred, he set to work, twisting and turning the pieces, searching for patterns and trying different combinations. Minutes turned into hours. The sun dipped below the horizon, and Ethan's room filled with the golden glow of evening. But the puzzle wouldn't budge. No matter what Ethan tried, he couldn't unlock its secrets. Frustration bubbled inside him. He was tempted to give up, to declare the puzzle impossible, and move on to something easier. But then he remembered his grandmother's words. Every puzzle, no matter how difficult, can be solved with patience and effort. He took a deep breath and decided to approach the problem differently. Instead of rushing, he slowed down and observed the box carefully. He noticed that some pieces moved more easily than others, and that certain patterns seemed to repeat. He began to keep a notebook, jotting down his observations and ideas. Each time he made a mistake, he didn't see it as failure, but as a clue, an opportunity to learn what didn't work and get closer to what might. Days passed, and Ethan's persistence grew. He woke up each morning eager to try new strategies. Sometimes he asked his grandmother for hints, and she encouraged him to think about the puzzle from different angles. Other times, he'd take a break, go for a walk, and let his mind wander. Often, inspiration would strike when he least expected it. Gradually, something remarkable began to happen. The puzzle that once seemed impossible started to make sense. With each small victory, a piece that slid into place, a mechanism that clicked, Ethan's confidence grew. He realized that his ability to solve the puzzle wasn't fixed. The more he practiced, the better he became at spotting patterns, testing ideas, and learning from mistakes. One evening, after many days of effort, Ethan sat at his desk, the puzzle box in his hands. He turned a piece, pressed a hidden button, and suddenly, with a satisfying click, the box sprang open. Inside, he found a small note from his grandfather. "The greatest puzzles aren't solved by those who are the smartest, but by those who never give up." Ethan smiled, feeling a wave of pride and accomplishment. He understood now that it wasn't talent or intelligence that had allowed him to solve the puzzle. It was his willingness to keep trying, to learn from his mistakes, and to believe that he could improve with effort. From that day forward, Ethan approached every challenge with a new mindset. Whenever he faced a tough puzzle, a tricky math problem, or a difficult situation at school, he reminded himself that ability isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, step by step, through hard work and perseverance. He began sharing his experiences with his friends, encouraging them to embrace challenges rather than shy away from them. "It's okay to struggle," he would say. "Struggling means you're learning. Every mistake is just another step on the path to getting better." Ethan's attitude inspired those around him. His friends started to see their own challenges differently too. Instead of giving up when things got tough, they began to approach problems with curiosity and determination. The whole class started celebrating effort and progress, not just quick answers or easy wins. And so, Ethan's journey with the puzzle box became more than just a story about solving a tricky toy. It became a lesson about the power of a growth mindset, the belief that our abilities can grow and change with effort, practice, and perseverance. It taught everyone that mistakes aren't something to be feared, but valuable opportunities to learn and improve. Ethan knew there would always be new puzzles to solve, harder challenges to face, and moments of doubt along the way. But now, he welcomed them with open arms, confident that with patience and effort he could rise to any challenge. So, the next time you find yourself facing a problem that seems impossible, remember Ethan's story. Remember that your ability is not fixed. Every time you try, every time you make a mistake and learn from it, you're building your skills and growing stronger. Embrace the challenge, put in the effort, and watch as your abilities grow beyond what you ever thought possible. After all, the true magic isn't in solving the puzzle, it's in discovering what you're capable of when you refuse to give up. Thank you for watching this episode of Mind Awakening TV. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an awakening moment. Leave your thoughts in the comments, and let's continue the conversation. Stay curious and keep expanding your mind.